Evening, my black sisters. How you doing today?
Good evening.
I had a couple questions for the guest online right on the phone now. I'm a newly vegan, and I've been vegan for about a month now. I cold turkey eating meat and dairy products overnight, and my taste buds it took a while for my taste buds to kind of catch on, but I feel so much better in these past 30 days, and I never realized how constipated I was until about a week ago. I had a couple questions. As far as my vegetables, 'cause I'm on a raw diet. I'm eating a lot. I'm eating lettuce, cabbage, mushroom, broccoli, and rice. And for the fruits, I'm eating mango, strawberry, blackberry, bananas, orange, and cherry. And that's pretty much what I've been on for the past couple weeks. Are there anything that you can add to that?
I would definitely add your citrus into your diet. Also, if you live in an area where you have a Caribbean or a Latino community, add you some fats. Get you some avocados. Add you some coconut oil. Those things are natural fats, and you need fats in and of itself. They get a bad name, but natural fats are not bad. Your body needs fats. For instance, a pregnant woman needs some fats so her milk can have fats. The baby needs fats to grow their brain and their body function. So you need fats. It's just that those fats that come primarily from meat don't break down in the body well, and especially if you're eating meat heavily, I should say. So since you're on, it seems like a mixture of a vegan diet with some raw foods. What you told me, from what you told me, I would add some fats, coconut milks if you're using almond milks, hemp milks, things so you get your omega-3, 6s, and all of those are great for brain function, and I would add those into the diet. And also, if you're doing raw foods, for anybody who's a raw foodist during the winter time, I know it's hard. Try to add things like garlic, ginger, cayenne pepper to your raw foods because they can warm them up. Okay, so it gives you an internal warming if you're going to be bringing your raw foods into the winter time. So that's what I would say, brother. Add some coconut milk, coconut oil, avocados, from what you're saying. Some greens as well, because you want to make sure that you're being able to defecate. You sound like you're doing pretty good. Remember, you want to be careful with your rice. Make sure it's brown rice. Make sure it's organic rice if you can, and you don't want to become a starchitarian. So you don't want to have that being something that's all the time. So you want to move into some other things. Want to be on and off with the rice. But it sounds like you're doing pretty good. I would also add beets. Just add things with color. Different peppers and things of that sort, especially because they help cleanse the lymph nodes and things of that sort. So I hope that's helpful.
Yeah, I mean the rice. I forgot to mention it was wild rice. But with the cayenne pepper, should I using it on the greens that I'm eating right now?
Oh yeah, you can sprinkle it on there. If you make a dressing, like you say you have a dressing with olive oil and apple cider vinegar, or if you're using lime juice or whatever, and then you put in a little bit of cayenne and blend that up and, season it to your taste. And if you're using a little bit of salt or herbs or what have you, then you can, make a dressing with it, or you can just sprinkle it on there. You can even blend up the garlic, lots of garlic, and that's ways to warm up your food. And actually, you'll notice that little sweating a lot of brothers get at the top of their heads, and cleansing from the eyes, and that coughing, that's a healing mechanism as well, because you're going to release from your skin is a healing tool as well. So, you can sprinkle it, or you can make a dressing with it.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I got a call. They kind of got my list blocked off. I had another question. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so for the greens, the lettuce, cabbage, for the raw food, the lettuce, cabbage, the mushroom, the broccoli, you told me avocado, some coconut.
Yeah, and kale. Kale. If you can get kale, that's great. I know some people people don't eat collard greens, but if you're eating them raw, you can treat them the same way you treat kale. And that is, you want to make a dressing and you want to sit it on the actual greens for a little while to break down and loosen it up. Or you can even juice the collards and the kale. But you want to add those greens because they add oxygen and chlorophyll into your body. And when you have a lot of greens in your body and chlorophyll in your body, the seeds really can't sit there for too long. So you just want to make sure that you're balanced with those things. Just want, as much as possible, keep your diet colorful, keep it balanced.
Okay. All right, thank you.
No problem.
Peace.
All right, have a good night.
You too.
Thank you. Peace.
Thanks for calling. Love it when those brothers call in. I was doing a show for somebody Sunday, and him and his, I think they may be brothers, called in and asked me some questions, had me going. They always ask really good questions and really add a lot to the show, so we love to hear from them. I guess to start winding down a little bit, still got about little more than 15 minutes left. I know you were saying that milk thistle is good for breastfeeding mothers. Do you have anything else for either mothers or children? Because we know children around this time are touching all kinds of stuff and bringing illness home. Any tips or anything?
Yes. The milk thistle is good for breast milk, but it's also good for immunity building, and it's safe for the pregnant mother or nursing mother to take, because we know that sometimes when you're pregnant and you're nursing, you can't take all those herbs. So milk thistle is great for immunity boosting. For the children, mullein or mullein, mullein, and slippery elm and Irish moss are great. Great for children. Elderberry concentrate or elderflower, that's great for the young ones. Chickweed as well. So those are what I call, I put to the side is what I call like safe herbs or soft herbs, because a young child can take it and it doesn't, it's not nothing like, it's not a hyssop, it's not a golden seal, because some of us, when we first started taking herbs, golden seal for everything, children can't, young children can't handle golden seal, So if you are making your medicine cabinet and you have young children, definitely get mullein, definitely slippery elm, Irish moss. All of these things can loosen mucus, help the babies be able to swallow. Sometimes they're to the point where they're coughing and they can't take anything down, but they can probably take an Irish moss tea. They can take a slippery elm. And for my island brothers and sisters, not the Irish moss drink with the milk and the sugar. Not the drink, but the actual herb, the plant base that gets kind of thick when you put the hot water on there, but not the juice, not the beverage drink, okay? Not that. I mean, I'm sure some of the Irish moss still have medicinal value, but then it has the milk and everything, and it defeats the purpose. But you want the actual herb. And also keep onions in the house, because as the baby catch a fever, you can cut the onions and put it at the bottom of the feet with some socks, and it can bring the fever down. You can also put slice an onion on the forehead too, depending on where it's at. Remember, fevers are the body's way of fighting infection. So once infection has set in and you see a fever, that your body is working to kill the infection. So depending on the age of the child, you may not want to, go directly to trying to bring the fever down, because the body is doing what it naturally does. But if it gets too high, too fast for a young child, or it's too long, then you want to put some onions at the bottom of their feet, slice them, put it with some socks, and that'll bring that fever down. And just continue with the water. Continue with you can make a little syrup, cough syrup, depending on the age. They say here in the United States, under the age of 1, do not use any honey, though we know original people use honey at a younger age. But, just to be safe, since they say it here in the U.S., don't give a baby under 1 any honey. So, wait till they're older to give them that. And you can also give a baby or a nursing baby, a mothers, you can take some olive oil or some coconut oil and put that on your breast, on the nipple, so the baby can suck on that while they're taking the milk, and to help them, ease a stomach that may be not feeling well, or if they're constipated, that'll help them, and they'll be taking that oil as they're taking the milk. So those are things you want to keep in the house. You can do castor oil too, but they probably only move their face from that castor oil. Don't nobody want castor oil. So, but those are the things to definitely keep into the house. Coconut milk. Everything that got to do with the coconut kills worms and parasites. So that's why I say the thing about the coconut oil is great for the children to, put it on a spoon, let them take it, and you maybe right behind it, give them some lemon or lime juice or whatever. And, something you might want to do for 7 days to just give them a soft cleanse, a fast that's not going to hurt them, that's not going to have their stomach hurting. And, because some things that's good to cleanse your body can gripe your stomach, and you don't want that for the children. So, coconut oil is a safe one, because not only does it cleanse, but it kills parasites.
Yes, ma'am. And one thing that I want to add, just because I read a story on it, and you always want to investigate, make sure it's true. But I was reading that a lot of the honey made in America, readily available here, is not really honey, because it doesn't contain pollen. Right. So we don't know if that's high fructose corn syrup. We don't know what it is. So make sure that you're getting a good quality raw honey, not just something from like Super Walmart or whatever. Make sure you're getting a good quality honey if you're going to use it for some kind of medicinal purposes.
Right. Or just go straight to the root and get the bee pollen.
Right.
Bee pollen is immunity boosting as well. And of course, if you got to get bee pollen, you go into a place that's a health food store or something like that. Just to be very honest, if you're getting $3 or $4 honey in that little bear with the yellow top, it's probably very little honey in it, if at all. It's just, fake syrup or something like that. You have to go to a place where, they're getting, and one of the best things to do is get local honey. If you live in Michigan, you want your honey to come from Michigan. If you live when we buy honey from, there's a place here in Breaux Bridge, Louisiana, a place in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. They sell honey. And so, that's the honey we get. Why do you want this? Because as the bees pollinate the, local flowers. Okay. So especially if you have allergies when the season change, by you taking in the honey or the bee pollen of your local area, that's going to build your immunity up, where you're usually having allergic reactions. Now, you're dealing kind of with homeopathy, like curing like. You're getting those plants and flowers and grass that you usually, that usually make you sneeze and everything. The bees that pollinate those plants and flowers created that honey. So that's going to build your immunity up. So you definitely want to make sure you get local honey and bee pollen if you can.
Yes, ma'am.